All right, guys, another quick tutorial. This one is to help you remember how to get back into your lab. So you might need to watch this once or twice just till you're feeling very confident about getting into your labs. So just wanted to make sure that you guys had this available to you, especially for this first week or so. You'll notice up at the top I have in Pearson, MyLab, and Mastering.com. That's the website that you're going to want to go to. So you're going to put that in and you'll come to a screen that asks you to sign in. Most of us, the week before spring break, we all got set up on Pearson in class, and pretty much everybody had theirs working and their accounts were up and going. If you're still having trouble with your account, please give me a call. You can also reach out to Pearson directly. Some of you may still need to register, and you can do that. And if you can't get to the bookstore, you can actually just buy that code online through Pearson once you click that student button there underneath register. But when you're ready to sign in, you're going to click sign in. It's going to ask you, once you hit that, for a, it's going to ask you for a password, a username and a password. And once you do that, it's going to take you to a page that looks something like this. From here, there's a couple things that you want to remember. A lot of students like to work from that what should I do next list. I think that list can be a little deceiving sometimes. It's not as accurate. So I always suggest to my students that you always come and click the writing skills button that's right underneath course home. Not the writing practice. I have students click that and they're like, oh, where did all my work go? And it's still there. You just got to click writing skills. So if you'll click writing skills, and then you have the option to click learning path. And once you click that learning path button, you'll see 3 blocks come up for you. Block 1, basic grammar. Block 2, sentence skills. And block 3, punctuation, mechanics, and spelling. On your schedule, a lot of times you'll see a note. It'll say 1.3 nouns is due. So if it says 1 point something, it's coming from block 1, right? Basic grammar. If it says 3.1 is due, that means it's coming from block 3. And so block 3 is where you would need to go for that. So I showed you in class before we left kind of a rundown of this. But for those that didn't get it, or you're just needing a reminder, one of the first things that you have coming due when we start back next week is commas, capitalization, and nouns. Commas and capitalization both come from this last block, block 3. So I'm going to click that, and you'll see for commas, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that you see here. And not all of those have to be done. You do have to open the overview in order to get to the animation. You do have to view the animation to get to the recall. How long you look at that overview, how much you watch the animation, that's totally up to you. Once you do that, the recall will open. Remember, the recall is 10 questions, multiple choice, and it's usually they give you multiple options, at least twice, to get that right. You can do as many as you want, but I always suggest to my students you have 3 on the first time, 3 attempts, 3 on the second recall. Once you make an 80 or above, that apply is going to turn blue, which makes it available. Once that apply turns blue, you need to move on. I'll have a lot of students that will do it one time like I've done here and receive 100, and then they're not sure, so they go to recall 2. They do that, and then they make an 80, and they've just pulled their average down from a 100 to a 90. So once you get an 80 or above, you can just move on to the apply, because that's going to light up. Now, the applies are a lot different. They're not multiple choice. It's an actual, I'll click that for you. It's an actual paragraph that opens up a lot of times. And it, whoops, sorry, I went out the wrong way there. Let's go back. Learning path. Let's get back into that apply. And so once we go back into that question there, you'll see it's a lot different. It's not a multiple choice thing any longer. And so you have to be careful. Every time you click something that's not correct, it's going to take away points. And you'll see at the bottom where it says score, I have 10 because I found one that was incorrect and corrected it. And I have 9 that I'm trying to find. And so it will very much work that way, like where if you just keep clicking the wrong thing, it's just going to keep deducting points. So you don't want to do that. If you need to, and you get to a place where you're like, if I click anymore, I'm going to be below this 80, give me a call, give me an email about the question, and I'm happy to help you out. So once you would finish that, the test is going to open for you. If you don't have time to finish and you're just kind of working as you want, you can always click Save for Later, which is there in the top right-hand corner, and it will take you back to your list of activities that need to be done. So you'll see on mine that my post-test is not blue. It's because I've not finished that apply. I have 3 attempts. I'm on the first of 3. I have 3 attempts to finish that apply with an 80 or above. Once I've completed one of those with an 80 or above, that post-test is going to turn blue, which means I now have access to that. You get 2 attempts on the test, as you can see there, 0 of 2. You get 2 attempts, and it scores the highest of the 2. It gives you the highest of the 2. So let's say you take it one time and you make a 60, and obviously you're not happy with that. You take it again, you make an 80, it only counts the 80. All the other things, the apply, the recall, all that is averaged together. No matter how many you do, it's keeping an running average of all the attempts. But on the post-test, it only keeps the highest score. So I just wanted some, a little information out there for those that needed to jog your memory and try to remember how to get back into the labs and how those work.